This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
And welcome back, everybody. We are going to talk about something today that can greatly improve your love life, your intimacy. Comes down to one thing: passion. What do we hear that word? We assume we know what it is, but do we really? We're going to talk about that today and how to fire up the passion and improve your relationships. She helps people with this all the time as a sex therapist. She also offers menopause therapy and much more. Sandra Pascual is back with us. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you for having me here again.
Thank you for all your insight thus far. And definitely as we dig into passion today, and why don't we just go to the basics? How do we define passion? How are you defining it?
Well, there are different definitions of passion. We are just focusing on the passion in relationships. Passion is like a strong and intense emotion. Is, enthusiasm, liking, or interested in something. So maybe it's that the question is, how does it feel? Well, it feels like, if you want, fire, enjoyment, fun, emotional connection. So when you are passionate about something, we dedicate a significant amount of time, energy into it, and we make an effort and we think often about it. And it's in general a source of joy. We feel like happy in a way, enthusiastic.
Hmm. It's interesting how you can use the word passion to talk about you have a passion for what you do in life. Yeah, maybe a passion for your job. And it's that spark and that excitement that you feel. But then if we translate it over to relationships, it's kind of the same thing that we're talking about.
Yes, actually, in it's very easy in like young relationships. It's I think passion in young relationships comes by itself. You don't have to work about it. It's like most people describe it like butterfly sensations in the stomach. Like it's a kind of anxiety, associated in general with excitement about, oh, I'm going to see this person again. Oh, I'm going to do this. So that in long-term relationships is so difficult to
Mm,
happen. It's
mm.
not very common that you are going to feel this butterfly sensation in your stomach when you see your partner that you see every day, that you wake up with every day, you go to bed every day. So in a way, it's like this passion, unfortunately, is like difficult to maintain over time.
What about you engage in a relationship, you meet somebody, you hit it off, you have commonality between both of you, but you're not really feeling the passion. You want to, you think it should be there. You feel that connection, like really, really deep connection. Can that passion come from somewhere over a period of time?
I don't know if, that's an interesting question, to be honest. I don't know if you really have to work so hard for something that you're not having at the beginning. Again, it's like forcing, something. It's like you have a long-term friend, and then all of a sudden your friend start feeling different about you, and you start thinking about, okay, I'm going to make this work because I like this person, it's my best friend. I had to spend time with it. But again, if you don't feel that, kind of connection, other kind of connection, it's difficult to build. It's not impossible, but it's going to take, again, you need to put a lot of energy and time into it. I don't know necessarily if it's starting that way is the best way to start a relationship.
Hmm. So what it sounds like you're saying is if you're not feeling it in the beginning, you may not be feeling it at all. You know?
Well, again, it's like if you think about, after all, passion will fade away. So it makes sense that a lot of people say, well, it's going to fade away. What is the problem about, like, if I had to work about this later, I have to work it right now. It's not necessarily so much an issue. It's just, again, you from the very beginning, you're going to start putting a lot of work into it. And it can be, by the time, time pass, you're going to be very tired already, because it didn't come spontaneously. Again, it's like it requires if you think about it in relationships, it requires, work. It's like you have to fuel the fire. You have to make it enjoyable. You have to make it fun. You have to create the emotional and physical connection, that we've been talking about in previous shows.
How can we, let's say you're in a relationship for a while and that spark was there in the beginning and it was all good. And I'm sure you deal with this quite often in your work as a sex therapist. Time has gone on and you're not really feeling the passion that you did. Is it potentially lost and that's the way it is, or can you work at bringing it back?
I kind of like, well, again, definitely you have to work for the passion to come back or to just come. Let's say not even come back, just have. And I work in a kind of like, I use a 6 steps model kind of thing. So in a way, if you divide it in like, okay, these are the 6 steps that you can get, you can practice to build some passion in your relationship. So starting with number one, you have to pay attention. You have to be intentional. You have to set a day, a time to have quality time with your partner, to share in some activity or going on a date. So that will be kind of like, again, intention and attention will be the first step if you want.
Hmm. What I'm getting from you here, and it's what we don't want to hear, is you got to work at it.
Yep.
You got to work at it.
Exactly. And then it's like, maybe it's like thinking about, okay, it would be this preparation and anticipation that maybe you can put this again. If you're thinking about positive energy and intentional and being intentional, you can make it fun for you. It's like, okay, for instance, you plan your day. Okay, I'm going to finish working early. I'm going to be sure that I have a babysitter if I have children and that the babysitter shows up on time. Maybe I'm going to take a longer shower, shave, dress up, prepare the room for later, have everything I need to have or I want to have for later. So in a way, you can make this fun, not like make it so, oh, I have to do this and, make it so difficult and work so hard on it.
What are some of the things we can do to ignite the passion?
Well, again, it's like after that, is if you think, then you have to show up. Both partners have to show up. And both partners have to show up with the same positive energy and positive attitude. And then it's like, because if not, the probabilities of rescheduling or canceling whatever it was going to happen are high. So this is a work for both partners, not just unilaterally. I'm going to do this and my partner is just going to show up and, without any preparation or intention. And then it's like thinking about like, okay, now I have to start, let's say that we show up and we do whatever we plan to do before. So now it's about lighting the fire. So now it's like when you both put something into it, like whatever you look into your whatever, in your memory, okay, how was this fun before? And maybe you can use compliments. Maybe you can, definitely you have to find topics to talk about, like something that you can get connected while you are talking. And then trying to be more affectionate, saying or doing things that sound sexy or they are sexy. So in a way, you start building momentum.
Keep going.
You like it.
Taking
Now,
notes, taking notes in my mind.
please so. Then it's like, okay, now, you move to what I call it step 5, which will be, okay, add more wood to the fire. So that
Okay.
will be, okay, start maybe kissing, getting closer, move from affectionate to touch to maybe sensual touch, whispering words such as, I like you love you look so sexy today, you smell so good.
Mm.
Now it's like, again, these little, pieces of wood that you're adding to the fire. And then we get to step 6, which is action. Now we have to take action. So number one thing that, the number one step for action is foreplay. Foreplay is like arousal time. It's very important, and not necessarily it occurs immediately, and depends on stimulation and depends on also some other factors. It's not true that men are always ready. That's a myth.
Mm.
In general, for both women and men, to be aroused, to be ready, takes between 11 to 12 minutes. And also we're going to depend on several other factors, such as, again, the environment, the pretty much as like what is happening in my body, the stimuli that I have around. So, or, again, how successful you were before, in a way, in creating that fire. So then it's like, then you have to focus on something that is very important, that is relaxation. Relaxation and, in a way, in combination with, because in a way you need to be present and you need to be relaxed. If not, this is going to be very, very difficult to happen. It's not going to be easy. So that is pretty much what I focus the most when talking about building passion. How to get to that point that you are relaxed, that you're present, and how you move forward in the foreplay.
Do you feel, and the reason why men are often ready to go, where a woman takes more time, it's the same for both of them, but he's internalized it and he was already thinking about it before it even began. The motor was already revved up well before it even began. And that's why he's in a different state than, let's say, his partner at that time, because he had anticipation building up to it.
Well, that's why, again, the work comes for, in a way. It's like the communication comes for, and the communication in a sexy way. So how can I, let you know that I'm in this stage? It's not, I don't have to like hide it from you. And then it's like, how can I invite you to participate with me in the same thing?
Mm.
It's true that maybe men form, maybe it's like some ideas quicker because they are more visual than we are
Yes.
in a
Yep.
way. So it's true. But again, it's like, if you think about, okay, it takes the same time in terms of arousal, and again, it's like pretty much those 11, 12 minutes are very important for both men and women, because if you're a man and something crossed in your mind, or, again, you're going to kind of like losing your erection, and you're going to start being worried, and then things are going to go in another direction.
Yep.
So again, it's like the preparation, getting there and communicating and try inviting the other person to be with you in the same moment. So let's talk about like now some techniques that I teach. I definitely use tantric massage. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So everything that is tantric comes from people from India. They was created in India. And it's a combination maybe of meditation, relaxation, and gentle massages to stimulate the senses. So what, are we going to have sex or are we going to meditate? Well, both.
Okay.
The idea is like, with these techniques, in a way to increase the sensual and sexual arousal. That's why it's so important, and this is maybe one of the best techniques for foreplay. So it's like the breathing is very important. And actually, any book of tantric massage or tantric sex that you can read usually start with a breathing exercise, because breathing in synchrony with your partner is very important. You can actually, if you think about dancing in a way, the breathing is how you can be in the same rhythm if you want.
Interesting. Um, is that why dancing with your partner can be very sensual and almost part of the foreplay? Because you're both essentially on the same page, present, intentional, and maybe breathing at the same rate.
Well, I think in a way, if you think about like having sex, most people, most couples, like want this kind of synchrony that we are both doing, in the same moment at the same time.
Hmm.
It is difficult because, there are two different bodies, two different people, with different minds and different kinds of relaxation. But breathing, in a way, this idea of like breathe with me can control a bunch of like physical sensations in a way. So it can be, it's like maybe one is more excited than the other one. And, so in a way, it's like, okay, breathe with me. And then this exercise about like, now we are connecting. Now we are looking at each other's eyes. We are breathing in synchrony, and we can go back to the same stage if you want. So there is a important breathing technique that this is used, and that's how they use. And then it's like also of course, now it goes to the sensory touch in a way, which deepen the intimacy.
The word tantric, there was this rumor back in the day that the singer Sting practiced that and could last for hours, hours and hours and hours. Um, some say it's a myth, some believe it, that was his with his wife Trudy. Um, can that actually take place using tantric techniques?
Well, tantric techniques focus on different parts of the body. So pretty much they teach you how to touch each part of the body in a different way. And then it's like discovery in a way also how you like it or not. And but again, it's like if you go to the include in the it's the massage is including the genitals, but of course you have to get to the last chapter to get to that, because first you have to touch the rest of the body, and then the last part, the cherry, if you want, will be the genital massage that is taught in the tantric. At no point in tantric massage, they talk about intercourse. They talk about oral sex. It's all about based on touch and different techniques for different parts of the body. So yes, it can take a long time if you want.
And I guess it also, with that rumor that went around, how it's defined. Yes, hours, less than hours. What are we talking about? you know, the actual act of, was that hours or everything tantrically? I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to make it one. Surrounding it could have certainly been, based on what we're talking about here today. Yeah, could have been hours. If you look at, from start to finish and touching every part of the body, right?
Well, and that would be a better definition of like good sex, if you think, because the intercourse per se doesn't have a lot of different techniques in a way. It's always kind of the same thing. So had the variation, the condiment that you can add, it's
Mm,
always about like around not necessarily intercourse. It's about the other things that you can do. And then changing the focus toward the body and other body sensations. And be amazed about like the body will react to these different touches.
Um, that's not to say that the quickie is not a good thing.
No, nothing is a bad thing. Again, we talk about it. If it's consensual, it's like it's a good thing. So there are people that, in a way, it's like enjoy the quickies. It's like always a quickie. Yeah, you're not putting passion into
Hmm.
it. So usually the quickie is more about like, I woke up aroused and just have 5 minutes and we'll like do what we can.
Right.
And it can be fun, or we are in a place that we shouldn't be or something like that. So it can be fun. But again, not necessarily, in a way, I think it builds a lot of passion. Although it, again, it wakes and maybe the quickie focus more on an orgasm than everything else.
Would you say that what we're talking about here tantric techniques, the passion and all that is helping you build a bridge to a more lasting, meaningful relationship.
Definitely. Because again, now we are going to focus on the part that fades more in a relationship. So the passion. Passion is the one that starts fading away. Usually the friendship increases. Hopefully the friendship increases and the passion fades away. So if we can keep it up, now we have more balance. And definitely, if you think about like fulfillment, maybe we're more fulfilled. And again, it can be adjusted to any, I would say, stage in your life. It could be, because, you have, again, any physical discomfort or any physical issues, or because you had a baby, or because, you're menopausal, or because you get older and now, pretty much your, genitals are not functioning as well as you want to. You don't need your genitals for this. You just need hands, your body, skin, being positive, and enjoy it.
I've experienced with somebody just holding them, clothes could be on, and intense feeling, almost as if it was full sex. And it's possible,
Yes, it is.
right?
Yes, it is. The way like we or like I help my clients, because it will be like, okay, I just give you the book of tantric massage and you just do it. It usually doesn't work that well. So it's like that's where sometimes sex therapists can, intervene and help you, because we kind of make it more like accountable. We recommend specific exercises. We also can focus depending on where the couple is, kind of like setting some boundaries, taking some things, out of the plate and then putting back. So again, again, there are couples that respond very well to it, and there are couples, and those are the bigger challenges when, particularly one of the partners are super enthusiastic about it, and the other one is like, not so much.
So, final question, and actually, you led me to the question I had in mind. Expectations. Should you get the expectations out there in the beginning? So, let's say you're going to get together with your partner and you're wondering, well, hope we're going to, hook up tonight in some form, whatever it might be. But you're not really sure, and you're not sure where they're at. That's what you want. You're not sure what they want. You haven't really discussed it. You're going to get together, and in your mind, hey, I don't want to push it. See how it plays out. Is it better just to say, hey, this is what I want to do later. Hope you're on board. How you feeling? To be upfront, be honest, be intentional about your intentions.
Well, definitely, that's improving communication. That's why it's so important to improve communication in other aspects of the relationship. So now you can communicate about this, and definitely what we're going to do, because again, you're not going to do every single massage on the book. Yeah, it might be like Sting, like I'm going to let's pay like, like 2 hours or an hour. Maybe I don't have 1 hour or 2 hours. So in a way, it's like, yes, let's talk about, okay, what of this do you want to do today? It will be kind of like you're reading a menu and you're saying, okay, in the menu, there are like all these things. I'm not going to order everything. I'm just going to focus on, I'm going to order this and that,
Mm.
and this kind of dessert.
Thank you for the tips today. How do we find you?
My website, notuscounseling.com. And you can email me, Sandra@notuscounseling.com.
And that's NOTUS counseling.com or instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Even some of your experiences, even if it's related to tantric, no pressure.
Yep.
And
No pressure.
keep it anonymous if you want. Thank you for today. Looking forward next time we talk.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.